Good afternoon. My name is Sean Roche. We recently moved into this home last summer, so we've been here for about a year almost now. And for work, I work from home. I do tech sales, and then my wife also works from home in tech as well, and we occasionally go into Boston. So Tyler from Everlast was who knocked on the door, and I think first is just his approach. It wasn't very aggressive, it wasn't very pushy. He just wanted to hear more about kind of what I was looking for if I was interested in solar. And then just an opportunity to kind of review the facts and have a more in-depth conversation. And so it was very inviting, low pressure, allowed me to kind of consider the facts and see what was right for us. And that also helped us choose the purchase option. Everlast wasn't the first company to come to the door. We did have a different organization come in that was trying to tell us about the merits of a leasing program. At the time, it did seem attractive because we were nervous or concerned about financing and the cost of ownership. But through the process, we were actually able to learn that it was more affordable and we had all the advantages of ownership as well. The difference with Everlast and the other organization that I worked with was how quickly the entire Everlast company came to help consult and make us feel secure about the purchase. So instead of just dealing with a single individual, however good, it felt like we had the full support of the company, making sure that we were guided along the process. With respect to any hesitations about solar, I think what I couldn't figure out on my own that left to a question mark is how big or how small a system to get, because that of course has implications on what the cost and what the impact would be to our family. And Everlast was really good, again, mentioning how they clearly have experience building this for other homes and other families and helped us right size it to make sure that we're comfortable with the purchase. So the reasons why I said yes for Everlast, and one of the reasons why I was comfortable, I'd done some of my own research about the benefits of having solar and buying versus leasing, but I did still have questions like what would the process look like, how long would it take, who would help me with the process as well, because you need to go and get permits and other things like that. And I think the confidence that I had when Everlast described the process, what they would be doing for me, what I was responsible to do, let me know that they've done this before and I could trust on them to kind of help us and our family through this purchasing process as well. And that vote of confidence was the reason why I was ready and very excited to get the solar panels onto our roof. So once we decided to move forward with the purchase with Everlast for our solar panels, some of the process that they described with us was going through the finance application, which was easy and helped us get some confidence that this was something that was appropriate for our family. And then everything thereafter was electronic and very easy. It was hands-off for us. We didn't have to worry about any of the permitting. We didn't have to worry about any of the subcontractors or the material. Everything was communicated ahead of time, despite there being multiple vendors and multiple organizations involved, and Everlast handled everything for us. In terms of sizing our system, we did oversize the system for a couple reasons. So one, it is our intention to be here for many years, and so we wanted to make sure we had a solar system that would keep up with the energy growth in our household. We have one child today, maybe more in the future. We're thinking about maybe getting electric vehicles. So all of that was in consideration in the modeling, and Everlast helped me, and that gave me confidence in the size of the system that we purchased. So with respect to total cost and savings on the benefits that we've seen with the solar system, the cost came in around expectation, especially when doing price comparisons elsewhere. I think more importantly, the way that we looked at it was the monthly payments. So we were looking what we were paying today off of the grid versus the expected payments moving forward. I've had the system now for about 2 seasons, and we've actually already seen $0 bills come through from our electricity provider because of the benefits that we've had with the solar system. And because of some of that overproduction that I talked about earlier, it's actually been nice. So when we do have electricity running overnight, when there is no sun, it still ended up being a net $0 bill for us. So we've actually seen immediate savings when we compare the cost of our purchased equipment versus going off of the grid that way, with no unexpected price increases on energy as well. The process from sale to installation was about 3 months and within the expectations that we had. And so along the way, everything for me was hands off. Everlast was doing everything. And so I had communication about the permitting process that was happening on our behalf with regular updates, whether there was something to share or not, just to know that people were working for us. to when some of the equipment was being ready and delivered, so we knew ahead of time. And then also when we had the roofers come in and install the system too. We have a pretty big system, and they did everything in one day because they too were excited to move on to the next opportunity for them. And then we had permission to operate about a month afterwards there too. We passed all the safety inspections from the county. And again, I didn't have to organize or pick up the phone once to do anything. I had Everlast if I had any questions, text, email, phone. It was very easy, and they had everything done for me. So in about 3 months from sale, we had the system live and running, and we were able to take advantage on our tax credit last year as well. Yeah, as it relates to how the system looks on the roof, we're entirely pleased. We do have kind of a charcoal black roof to begin with, but when you see the system there, you never notice it. I actually have friends and family that have never noticed that we had solar panels on our roof until I told them. And it's perfectly symmetrical, it's facing the right way, and it's been no eyesore at all for us. The reasons for us to go solar were a couple. One, we do want to try our best to participate in building a future that's free of carbon emissions for our family. Two, I very much believed in the economic benefits of owning solar versus using fossil fuels from the grid. I just needed some help with sizing the system and getting the work done, and that's where Everlast came in. And I think the third thing is just energy independence. So where we now have predictable energy costs, regardless of how much we're using, versus unpredictable energy costs, have also made things very easy for us, especially in these times. The biggest factor that helped me choose Everlast is the confidence and trust that I had in them to make sure that they were giving me the right equipment, the right size, the right price, and that they were taking care of us throughout the entire system process to now when we have things installed. And they're a company that, I feel comfortable going back and speaking to and speaking on their behalf because of just the incredible job that they've done to create relationships with the people that they help do installs, not just transactional customers. So my relationship with Alex and Tyler, who helped me during the process, I would describe as better than just customer and company. I do kind of value them as almost more like friends. They come check in on how the family is doing. They brought us gifts over for the holidays. They really wanted to make sure that we were taken care of and that we were completely satisfied, even after our purchase as well. And I would highly recommend anyone that's looking for a system to ask for them by name to make sure that they can help them through the process also. I would absolutely recommend Everlast to any friend, any coworker, any colleague. I'm excited to see them expand into new states and do more business and be able to help other families convert to solar systems as well.